And now, broadcasting from our nation's capital in Washington, D.C., it's Free Association. Here's the Fort Smith Fireball, your champion of chicken and the sultan of segways, Mark Lane.
If your dial position is set to 91.3 FM, my friends, then you're listening to the most exciting show in Green Country. I'm the host of that show, Mark Lane, and I will guide you through excitement today as I tell you about what happened when I was on the subway and how smelly people were, and also some ultimate frisbee opportunities. I'll also have some education as we listen to Congressman Dan Bourne, who I'll be interviewing later on in this show. I'll also talk about how, I met Andrea Mitchell of NBC News. Small topics like that, but they're big topics when you're talking about true alternative music, which we have. We have Rose Garden, we have Big Elf, Hello, Goodbye, Black Pistol and Fire. It's all coming up. But now here's Pull Me In by The Graduate, and I will be graduating. But until then, I still am pulling you in on 91.3. Black Pistol Fire with Trigger on My Fire right here on Free Association. Prior to that, we had Soons with Armed for Peace, and before that, Rural Alberta Advantage with Two Lovers. I'm Mark Lane, and I know I'm speaking to lovers of true alternative music who like their requests. So if you have one, give me a call at 3437. Actually, it's not me, it's the guys in studio, but still call 343-7913 and they'll put your request in there. See, I'm in Washington, D.C., as you well know, and so there's no way for me to communicate with you, except for now. I have created a Twitter account. Yes, I have now become a nitwit just for you. So, if you want to talk to me on Twitter, say, hey, we like your show, why don't you play more Modest Mouse, that kind of stuff, then check me out on Twitter at twitter.com/TheRealMarkLane, and you'll get real talk from Mark Lane. And also be sure to friend us up, whatever, on Twitter as well, twitter.com/RSU Radio. All right, let's go ahead and get to the headlines here. Let's see what's going on CNN.com first. Let's see, income gap between the sexes remains, nearly 150,000 flee Libya. The Libya thing, that's getting crazy. The whole thing, the whole Middle East is imploding. It's unbelievable. But let's see what's going on domestically. This is from FoxNews.com. 2-week spending bill speeds toward passage. Well, we'll talk about that with Congressman Bourne coming up in the next hour. Let's see, from MSNBC.com. He does not remember it. That's what Sirhan, who shot Robert Kennedy, says. Oh, he doesn't remember shooting him. Well, we all remember it, so keep him locked up in the slammer. And that's what was written in the article here. It doesn't say. They cut that off when I printed it out. Oh, well. Let's see. This is from the Associated Press. Yemen president says U.S. and Israel behind unrest. That's why they want to get rid of this guy. He doesn't know how to run a country. If he really knew what he was doing, he'd blame my dad instead, like my mom does for everything. Now, James, the weatherman said that it was going to be sunny today, and it's raining. I told you to do something about the rain. Now you made Jay Holgardner look like a fool. So blame my dad. That's what the Yemen president should do. Blame my dad. He's got the warranty on the world. Then this is from Politico. Newt to announce Thursday. Oh, if Newt Gingrich runs for president on the Republican ticket, I'm leaving the business. How could they run Newt Gingrich? They're like the Republicans. They're starting to become like the Whig Party. Newt Gingrich, he's like their Millard Fillmore. Well, how could they run Newt Gingrich like this? Oh, no, he's not announcing. It just says he's going to announce on Thursday that he's going to have an exploratory committee on whether or not to run. Yeah, like a promise ring. You ever notice that? How they come up with those things, the guys? The promise ring. I love that trick. Promise ring. Oh, I promise to engage you someday, and we'll go to that one place where everybody goes and they propose to their people, and that's what I'll do to you. Here's a ring. I spent $500 on it because I say I am going to promise to you that someday I will propose to you if and only if you start to curb your halitosis, if and only if you can guarantee that your mom will not be a termagant if she is my mother-in-law, if and only if I am also made a partner, like, a half partner with your father at his business, and if and only if you tell your brother that he's got to lose the name Junior and he's got to give his Junior name over to me. Helplessness Blues by Fleet Foxes right here on Free Association. I'm Mark Lane, and check me out on Twitter at twitter.com/therealmarklane. I was pretty helpless when it came to the smell of other people on the metro today. And then and the metro was crammed too, to boot. They smelled like bologna that had been left out of the refrigerator for a day. Oh, it was awful. My olfactory nerves need to go to therapy for this. All right, here's the books with beautiful people. Hello, goodbye with Betrayed by Bones. I'm Mark Lane. I won't betray you to the underworld of true alternative music. I'll keep you right here in the light where you can get true alternative music on 91.3 FM. Before that, Big Elf with the Evils of Rock and Roll. And before that, the Decemberists with Don't Carry It All. And if you want to carry on a conversation with me, go to twitter.com/The Real Mark Lane, and let's get it on, because if you dial 343-7913, you're going to get a request, but you won't be able to talk to me because I'm in Washington, D.C. So I went to the National Press Foundation's 28th Annual Award Banquet on Tuesday night, and they gave the top prize away to Andrea Mitchell of NBC News, and I got a picture. It was very interesting. After it was over, I was with a couple of kids from my program here at the Washington Center. And so the president of the Washington Center, who sat at our table, he's like, hey, you guys can go up to the rostrum there and talk to those folks, get a picture of them. Oh, you can? Wow, okay. So I went up there, and I was the first person. And there were 80 tables, so, I mean, that's an accomplishment to be the first person to shake hands with Andrea Mitchell after it's all over. So I did, and I said, Mrs. Mitchell, would you mind taking a picture with me? I'm from the Washington Center, and I'm one of 6 bloggers in the whole program that, blah, blah, blah. I'm an intern at Voice of America. Anyway, can I get the picture for my blog? And so, yeah, I got the picture, and it's there. So how did they get to my blog? I guess I'll link that up on my Twitter as well. Hey, if you're going to add me on Twitter, also add twitter.com/RSU Radio as well. You can't forget about them, can you? No, you can't. Just like you can't forget about what's going to happen in the weather, that Radio Steve's going to get you. And just as you can't forget that Kings of Leon is coming up after the break.